Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make a classic Nigerian beef stew. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Just because we are using beef for this recipe, you're going to add your beef cuts into a pot, season with some onions, curry powder, garlic powder, ginger powder, thyme, rosemary and salt. Don't forget your seasoning cubes. Now give everything a good stir. You're going to cover this and let it cook until tender. While the beef is cooking, let's blend our tomatoes, pepper and onions. Grab a tray like this. You are going to add your tomatoes, your pepper and onions. If you like some garlic or ginger, you can add them too. Don't worry, the full list of ingredients will be in my description box, so do well to check that out. Now here's the upgrade you never knew your regular stew needed. We are toasting the tomatoes, pepper and onions. Toss them on a baking tray like this. You are going to add little oil, some thyme. If you can get fresh thyme, better. I'm going to also add some rosemary and lastly seasoning cubes. Go ahead to roast at high heat until everything is slightly charred. You can use an oven, air fryer or even your pan. Just place them on the pan and roast it slightly, flipping at intervals. Make sure it doesn't burn. All you need is this smoky flavor. And you see that smoky flavor, it's the game changer for this stew recipe. Like I said, slightly charred. I did not say you should burn it or don't smoke it as if you are making smoky jollof rice. Just small roasting. The meat is ready. I took it out and our pepper mix is ready. Can you see the water content that came out from the tomatoes? That's a lot. You see this process of roasting your tomato base, it's going to save you a lot of stress. You can even prep this down for your jollof, stew, stir fries, just name it, anything. It also cuts your cooking time in half. So who doesn't like soft life? If you are team soft life, try this method and thank me later. I'm going to blend this until smooth. All done, and this is what we have. You might be wondering, if you want to store this, how are you going to do it? After blending, just put it in an airtight container, add some oil on top and refrigerate it. At this point, let us mix the seasoning and spices we'll need for the stew. If you use these spices, I guarantee you have a very flavorful stew base. Now, you're going to start with this mangi jollof. Add some seasoning and salt, garlic powder, ginger powder. If you don't have the mangi jollof I showed earlier, you can as well use your paprika. It works well. That one is just for color and taste. I added curry and thyme and I gave everything a good mix. So these are all the ingredients you need for your stew, from onions to meat, spices, vegetable oil, your tomato base and your tomato paste. Let's start cooking. Into a pan over medium heat, you are going to add some vegetable oil, add your cooked meat and you're going to fry this until it is slightly brown. It should not be too dried like when you're making fried meat, just slightly charred. That way, when you put it back into your stew, it can absorb the stew mixture, like the stew will penetrate inside and to be very, very delicious. But if you are team Fit Farm, please put your meat into the air fryer, but this way we are building flavors. Once the meat is brown like this, you're going to take it out. Don't discard this oil, it is liquid gold. All the flavors of the meat has entered, so we are going to continue cooking our stew with this same oil. Add some chopped onions inside, saute until fragrant, then go in with your tomato paste. You see this part of making stew? This is where the whole work is. When you are adding tomato paste to your stew, you have to fry it properly to eliminate that rawness. If you don't fry your tomato paste well, your stew will go bad easily. Well fried tomato base, longer shelf life. You might be wondering, how do I know my tomato paste is well fried? The oil separates clearly from the tomatoes. The paste darkens in color. Like when you take it from the pack, it's usually bright red. But after frying very well, it turns to a deeper red color. Another tip is your stew starts to smell sweet rather than that sour or metallic smell you were perceiving at the beginning when you added the tomato paste. You see these tips I just shared? Even after adding your pepper mix, I mean the one we generated earlier, you need to still follow it. But this case, we have cut our cooking time in half. So in less than 6 to 7 minutes, your stew is ready. As you can see, I have added the meat and the meat stock. I added the meat earlier so that the flavor from the stew can enter it. I added my salt, seasoning cube, and I gave everything a good mix. Forget, make sure you are cooking on low heat. Nigerian stew needs patience. When your stew is well fried, a little goes a long way. Let your stew simmer on low heat for about 2 to 3 minutes, and just like that, you've made Nigerian beef stew that could win awards. As usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs stew therapy. See you in my next delicious video.